How's it going, everyone? We've got a bit of an update on PlayStation Plus, and it's not really a great update. Now, we do have seemingly some new Plus Extra games and premium titles. Obviously, if you're subscribed to Premium, you'll get access to those games. Get announced, and I honestly am not crazy about the announcements, and I'll go over that in a little bit if I am assessing things correctly. But first of all, I have talked about it, but it's going a little bit under the radar, but May is an absolute massacre for PlayStation Plus Extra. It's not really being highlighted enough. You know, when games leave, people don't really talk about that a lot. It's more about every month we talk about the games coming to the service, but we gotta talk about the games getting pulled because this is an absolute massacre to PlayStation Plus Extra, and it looks like it's not stopping with the games we already know that are leaving. Now, users are reporting that more games have been added to the departing section for the PlayStation Plus Extra titles. May 21st is the big date where a bunch of games will be leaving. I'll be going over the already announced games that are leaving, but now it seems like more titles will be leaving with Darksiders 1, the War Mastered Edition, Darksiders 2, Wreckfest, Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning, and MX vs. ATV. 5 additional games leaving the service. Remember, this is on top of Horizon Zero Dawn seemingly leaving the service as well. And I made a video talking about why I was upset with Horizon Zero Dawn leaving the service. And a lot of you guys push back in the comments section, and I can understand. Is Horizon Zero Dawn leaving the biggest deal in the world? In a vacuum, no, it's not, but it's what it symbolizes, because why is Horizon Zero Dawn leaving the service? It's to promote the selling of this supposed remaster or remake that is going to come out. On top of that, it's a first-party game. I constantly hear people saying, hey, this is how a subscription service works. The agreements end up. It's a first-party title. There is no agreement. They did the same thing with Spider-Man when they released Spider-Man Remastered as a standalone title to promote that game being sold. And yes, I saw some people bring up HZD was given as a stay-at-home title back in 2020 when everything went to hell. But it's a new time. You know, there are people, and I get it might be few and far between that don't have Horizon Zero Dawn, but they're playing it through Plus Extra, or they might be using Plus Extra to access a digital copy of the game. What if they have a digital PS5? There are circumstances where this is very, very relevant. And on top of all of that, PlayStation Plus Extra has gone up in price. So, Plus Extra has gone up in price and the value is being lessened. That is what I'm trying to get at. And when you guys are like, oh, it's fine, it's not a big deal. Yes, in a vacuum, it is not a big deal. But what it represents when you put context to it in the fact that Plus Extra has gone up in price, the fact that this is to potentially sell a remaster or remake, potentially at a really high price point, and that Plus Extra, in totality, its value has been going down. And again, you look at these games getting pulled with Darksiders 1, 2, Wreckfest, Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning, and MX vs. ATV. Those, along with the other games that are getting pulled that we already know about, is substantial. And not to mention that the monthly updates for Plus Extra, I'm happy that they offered a title like Dave the Diver Day 1 for Plus Extra. I'm happy that they offered Tales of Kenzera Zhao, Animal Well. These are games that I've been wanting this caliber of game to Plus Extra. I haven't been asking for day one AAA games, never went that route. But when you talk about games like Stray and games like the aforementioned titles in Dave the Diver, Tales of Kenzera Zhao, and Animal Well, perfect. Those second tier, lower key budget titles, absolutely throw those on Plus Extra day one if you can get the deal secured, and I think that is very beneficial and would offer a little bit of value. But then you look at the other titles that were added in April, and it was a pretty lackluster month for updates. I want older titles being added, and then also some lower key day one releases. I think you could do both. Given that Plus Extra went up in price, the value proposition theoretically should increase. That's generally not what happens with subscription services. Prices go up and value either stagnates or it goes down. That's just how subscription services work. So also, May 21st will mark the departure of Abzu, Adrift, How to Survive 2, The Orphan Escape, Ashen, Last Stop, I Am Dead, Absolver Downfall, My Friend Pedro, The Messenger, Jotun, Sundered, World of Final Fantasy, This is the Police 1 and 2, Elix, Monster Jam Steel Titans 2, Minute, Observation, and a plethora of Final Fantasy games. I'm sure some of you guys will be like, oh, those games aren't too big. Oh, how about Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 7, 8 Remastered, 12, 15, and 10 and 10 2 HD Remaster, all leaving the service. You know, all of a sudden tell me those games leaving the service isn't a big deal? The Square Enix JRPG offerings have honestly been one of the stronger points of PlayStation Plus Extra, and now a significant portion of that catalog, Final Fantasy titles, are getting pulled. Try to tell me that isn't a big deal as far as the value being lessened. You know, if you're telling me it's not a big deal Horizon's leaving, it's not a big deal all these Final Fantasy games are leaving, and then all of these other games are leaving, along with the context that Plus has gone up in price with the value proposition going down, along with the fact that Horizon seemingly is getting pulled to facilitate people wanting to buy a remaster or remake, I don't know. At that point, I feel like you're drinking the Kool-Aid a little bit too much. I get it, you guys are PlayStation fans, but at that point, I feel like the Kool-Aid's being sipped on a little bit too much. Maybe May will mark the addition of several other big titles. We'll see, but I am going to be more critical as far as May's Plus Extra catalog update, given that the catalog has been losing games and price has gone up, and I feel like the last few months have been pretty lackluster. I gotta be a little bit more critical this month. You gotta give me something to replenish the games that are leaving. On top of all that, we do know 2 games that will be getting added to Plus Extra as a part of the Ubisoft Plus catalog: The Settlers, New Allies, and Watch Dogs 1. Now, some of the Ubisoft games have been getting pulled, and now it seems like they're getting added back. Watch Dogs is seemingly... I feel like Watch Dogs 1 was in Plus Extra. Watch Dogs 2 certainly was, and then Watch Dogs 2 I'm pretty sure got pulled. It's hard to keep track of all of these games, but not the biggest additions in the world. Definitely doesn't make up for the games leaving the service, but at least you're getting some of these Ubisoft titles. Watch Dogs 1 is actually a pretty solid game. I think a lot of people are going back and playing Watch Dogs 1 and have gone back, you know, over the last few years and played Watch Dogs 1. That game came out with so much buzz, so much anticipation, and so much hype attached to it that ultimately it just didn't live up to it. But now I think if you go back and play it, you're coming at the game from the angle of, oh, it's just a Ubisoft open world game. Let's see what it's all about. And I think a lot of people will be entertained by the premise and enjoy the game a lot more than if you went into it with a crazy amount of hype. It's not a perfect game, but is there fun to be had with Watch Dogs 1? Yeah, absolutely. It's a shame that the franchise is never going to realize the potential that I think it could have, but, you know, not every franchise is going to be a home run slam dunk for Ubisoft, and not like, you know, Watch Dogs, at one point, I think people were expecting it to be an Assassin's Creed level IP. It certainly is not going to be that, and I don't even know if we're ever going to get another new Watch Dogs title, but nonetheless, those will be getting added to Plus Extra in May, but that'll be doing it for me. Again, this is a story that maybe isn't relevant to a lot of you guys, but if you're a Plus Extra subscriber, the value proposition has been going lower. Sony's doing some sneaky things as far as Horizon just randomly leaving, if it does in fact leave. We still don't have official confirmation on that, but it does look like it is leaving, and now a bunch of other titles leaving as well. That's gonna do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.